Your life belongs to you. Your life, your driver, your mom, your dad, your friends, your family, none of them tell. I remember one time, my this is more personal than I would like. I remember one time my sister said to me, she was just like, "You don't tell nobody nothing because you don't want people to tell you what to do." Huh, bingo, bitch. Like, no, I don't tell you what I'm doing because one, I'm a Scorpio. I don't tell shit. I don't tell you what I'm doing because I don't need your opinion. If I wanted your opinion, I would tell you what I was doing. If I don't ask for your opinion, I don't care. If I don't tell you what I'm doing, I don't need your opinion. I don't need your approval. But we were from the age and the part in life where you always needed someone's approval. And I learned from my spirit squad, the only person's approval you need is you, because you are the one who's going to have to deal with the backlash, frontlash, successes or failures of whatever your decision was. But the problem is a lot of people want to get other people to understand or co-sign or do whatever that, or say, yeah, that's what you should do, so if it goes wrong they can blame you too. Everybody told me to do this. No, it was your decision. Even with me and my spirit squad, they could advise me, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who's going to have to do it, and I'm the one who's going to have to either reap the benefits from it or reap the consequences from it. Do you understand? So I can't be like, oh yeah, my spirit team told me this, so I just went with what they said. Absolutely not. That's not how that works. I'm not that type of psychic. I'm really not. I'm a scientific psychic. I will study and research and stuff, even though the spirit squad told me. I will cross check with other people who can do what I do to make sure I'm not losing my fucking mind. You understand? And it's like, that's what I need you to do. I don't need you to go around. I've watched people go around, and myself included. I used to do this when I was in my early 20s. I would go around, because I'm trying to talk to myself. I would go around asking every single person, or telling every single, there was at least four or five different people I would go to and just tell them what's happening with me, and what should I do? And it's just like, and I would get different information, and then I would sit there and I would just look at it and I would be like, okay. Meanwhile, everybody has their opinion, everybody has their way of doing things, everyone has this and what you should do and what you shouldn't do and all that other stuff. And I wasn't who I am now. If I did that, I would sit down and dissect everything everyone said, sit with my spirit squad, see what makes sense and what doesn't, and what might work and what might not, right? Back then, what I would do is I would just walk around asking people, like, what do you see when you see me? What do you think I should do about this? This is what's going on in my life, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. And I realized that when I didn't do what they told me to do, they were like, "Yo, I told you to do this," and I'm like, "I understand that, but that's not it. That wasn't going to work for me." And then people would get annoyed. And they would be like, "So why did you ask me?" I was like, "I asked you for your opinion. I didn't ask you for a command." But a lot of the people around in my life at that time, they didn't know the difference. They didn't know the difference between an opinion and a command. And neither did I. So at one point, I was doing everything somebody told me to do. And it was like, now I call it testing theories because it is testing a theory. But back then, it wasn't that. It was, this was the plan. That's it. There's no other plan. They told me to do this, so I'm going to do this. That's it. I'm not testing a theory and seeing if the theory works. Those are two different things.